What's up guys, this is ThePowerUpMushroom and I'm coming to you guys with a review. And this review, it's going to be for PUBG, or otherwise known as PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG. Now this is the preview version. I'm going to be reviewing the preview version for the Xbox. So for all you PC people out there, yes, we know, don't shove it in our faces that, oh yeah, PC Master Race, we get it. Your computer can run this game just fine, but I'm reviewing this game for the consoles. And does this game live up to the hype?
Really got a crossbow.
Yeah, I got a crossbow, bro. Let's do this.
So PUBG right now, it is actually one of the most streamed games on Twitch and one of the most streamed Steam games, and for good reason. This is basically the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games where, you know, you're just 100 people dropped onto an island and it's your job to kind of survive. There's guns, ammo, there's, you know, different stuff that you can use for your survival, med kits, and it's just really the last player standing wins. And this game can get pretty stressful and intense. And there's some amazing moments in this game that I will tell you guys that this game is overall on the Xbox One, it is a lot of fun.
Run into the gate. No, I'm down.
No, Dion. No, Dion.
Go on without me.
No, bro, I ain't quitting you. Oh my god. Oh no. No, Dion.
Go on. Go on.
I'm
Losing
sorry,
my
Dion.
name.
I'm sorry. No. No. No, come on. Nope, I ain't quitting you, bro. Oh no, Dion. No. Dion. Ah. No.
But see, on purely fun factor, if I was rating this game on fun factor alone with friends, this game is something that I would tell you guys, hey, go pick it up and buy it. But this is something they are charging us for. This is a 30, well, of course they'd be charging us for it, but this is a $30 game. It's not $60, thank God. Because the state that it's been released in on the Xbox One, it is so pitiful and so inferior to the PC. Yes, we know that, why would I expect any more than that? But it's so inferior that it doesn't even work properly. Now, I don't get what all these critics are saying that it's the best place to play on the Xbox One. Obviously, they're being paid by Microsoft because this game is one of those games where the developers, they were bragging, oh, it's going to run 60 frames a second. We're going to get stuck at 60 frames a second on your Xbox One X, Xbox One. Don't worry about it. 60 frames a second. And I'm not a big 50 frames per second, or like I'm not a big 60 frames per second guy. I don't care about frames per second. But when it drops and it's noticeable and it's terrible and it makes the game overall unplayable, that's when I have a problem. You see, this is one of those games where a week before or 2 weeks before the game launched, the developers would have been said, oh yeah, never mind, it's not 60 frames a second. It's actually 30. We'll lock it at 30 frames a second. And at that point, when they said that, I'm kind of like, I was already knowing that this game is not going to turn out well for a launch. And let me tell you guys straight up, right now, as it is a preview, they will update it. It is not a good launch. Not for PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. And it's definitely not the place to play on the Xbox One. So, I'm warning you guys that right now. So I'm going to get a little bit into just how the game runs, because really, you guys already know what PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is. And if it sounds interesting, it is. And for good reason. This game deserves to be the most played game. It is a really fun multiplayer game. It deserves it. But when a game is pushed out too early for Christmas, that is when problems start. The game automatically, like when you start playing, like you just hit play and boom, you're in. You create your character and you're in. You're down to play the game and everything. You're good to go. And when you start loading in and all those pop-ups start happening, that is when you know you are going to be in for like a pretty bad ride. It's not good. Things in this game that happen is just, it's more like when you jump in the game, the textures aren't loaded in. There are times when I'm playing the game and my building won't load in. The building that I landed close to, right when I jump from the plane and I land on the ground, the buildings aren't loaded in. They're still at low resolution textures, and it's not something that I'm telling you guys that it's a bad thing, like, or it's as bad as like, oh, it's just kind of like rendering in. Like, it's not as textured. But no, these models for houses, they're not finished. It looks like when you load them in, you're still there with the developer developing the game, because they're little boxes and they don't have no texture at all. And not only that, you can't play until it all loads in. So there are times where your map will load in, or your part of the map, and then someone else's map will load in faster than yours, so they'll get the weapons before you. It doesn't make sense. So you have pop-ups happening, and let me tell you, like I said, these types of things, I don't care. Like, I mean, I would tell you guys anyways, but it's how much of a difference it makes in the gameplay, and that's the bad part, because this heavily influences the gameplay, the way the game flows, the way it works. There are frame dips. There are dips that I'm telling you guys, it is unbelievable. Weapons, you can grab weapons and stuff, but if the weapon didn't load in, I'm sorry, you're gonna be sitting there pressing X a million times and you're just not gonna pick up a weapon. Your guy will do the animation like, he's bobbing up and down trying to pick it, but no, he's not gonna pick it up. He's just gonna kind of reach for it, and then it respawn. You reach for it again, it respawn, and it just, there are times like that where it messes up the overall playing experience. Now, are you able to connect to other people? Yeah, the multiplayer works fine in connecting to people. It's the way the game runs on the Xbox One and the Xbox One X. It is not good. I've played it on both systems. I've had friends jump from PC to play on the Xbox One, and they've told me how the game runs. And, from them, I believe them. And I feel bad because, I mean, this game, it's a really fun game in concept.
That nigga looks just like evil.
You dirty as fuck. Fuck you. I don't even have that short hair.
Alright, hit start.
This is one of those games that I look at, and you know what? It just sucks. It sucks that for console players, this is how you're introduced to one of the biggest games on the market right now. And it's just not the way to go. And if you guys have played it and you hate it, and that was your first time playing it, trust me, I know how you feel. This is not how you should be playing the game. Not to mention all those pop-ups and everything, the lags, all that crap. That's not the worst part. Not even the frame dips are the worst part. The worst part is that when you get down to the last 20 people, or 40, you have a 50-50 chance that you might lag out of the game or your game will crash. This goes for everybody. Everybody's game will crash and you'll get right back to the home screen. And you know what? Not even that. That's not even the worst part. It's not. Your kills, your whatever you had for, whatever you did for your stats and everything, all that stuff is gone. All that progress. You could have been sitting there for 40 minutes in a match. All that progress you did on your game and all that, it is gone. Any kills you got, I'm sorry, it's not there anymore. If your game crashes, it's over. In the time that I played this game, I played maybe, I can count on I think I played like maybe 15 games of PlayerUnknown's Battleground. 15 games. Because each game lasts around 30 minutes or so. The game will crash. I think it crashed on me out of those times I played probably like 10 times. For all my friends too. I've had all my...
Wow. Why the fuck did it just kick me out?
What do you mean it kicked you out? Kicked you out of the game?
Kicked you out of the game?
Yeah.
No way, are you serious?
Reconnect. No way, are you serious? Reconnect.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reconnect.
See, look, people have already been here, seems like.
Yeah, they have, bro. Yeah, Dion,
So I'm
just try to
saying,
reconnect.
it's better to go off to the prison.
I've had all my friends straight up we've all been playing together. Our games will crash randomly. We won't crash together. We'll crash at different times. You do have a chance to get back into the game, but hopefully no one's killed you by then. And it's so unplayable. It's almost like Halo Master Chief Collection matchmaking, but done 10 times worse. This is one of those games you can straight up tell that Microsoft told them, hey, push it out. We need it for Christmas. We need an Xbox exclusive. And is this the way to play PUBG? No, it's not. Not to mention, the controls are super clunky. They're terrible controls. The controls are terrible. The aiming is terrible and everything. You can't even aim right. And if that's the charm of PUBG, I don't get it. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me. Not on console. On the PC, I understand. I've seen people play it. It looks so interesting. I like the way it looks on there. I like the way it plays. But on the Xbox One, I am telling you guys right now that this is not the way to play PlayerUnknown's Battleground. And if you are interested in buying this game, I suggest that y'all wait for this game to go down in price or for a more finished version of the game, because this is definitely a pitiful, pitiful port of a game that is so amazing and something that is played and loved by millions of people on Steam right now. This is not the way to play this game. If anything, buy a PC and play this game. But for the Xbox, I highly recommend that you wait just a little bit before picking up this game, because it is not something I want you guys to go in expecting a wonderful experience and playing, to be amazed by it. It's not something that's going to happen to you guys. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. When the game works properly and it's working pretty much, the game is fun. That is for sure. You're going to have amazing moments in this game.
It's 13 left.
Just hold my hand, Dion. It's gonna be okay. You got this.
Get dirty.
But overall, as a game, this is just something that is broken, that Microsoft pushed out too early, and it's just pitiful to see how Microsoft is going with their games. And really, this is kind of their last shot with getting an Xbox exclusive. They have more next year, but really for Christmas, this is all they had. And for something like this to be released on the Xbox One, it's not a console seller. I'm sorry, it's not. So eventually I'll come up with a rating scale, but if I had to rate it between a 1 and 10, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, because of how broken the game is and how broken this, you can't even play. It's almost unplayable. When it works sometimes, but it's a 50-50.
Oh crap, dude! They're all right there.
We gotta move.
Ooh, hell no, bro! Move!
Just
We
do
gotta
it.
move.
Just do it. Fuck it.
Go! For Narnia.
I would give this game, it has to be an average score of a 5 out of 10. A 5 is an average. It's not bad. When it works, it's cool, but it's knocked off so many points because it does not work. That is the point. The game does not work. And I've played on both Xbox One and Xbox One X. It is enhanced for the Xbox One X. It might look a little better, a little prettier on the Xbox One X, but the way it runs is still the same. 30 frames a second. At times, I was playing a game a little while ago, and this is what pushed me to the review of making this. It dropped down to at least 7 frames a second for everyone. This is not just me. When it happens to one player, it happens to everybody. So I just got to tell you guys about that. So if you're thinking about buying this for Christmas or the holidays or whatever, or a gift, hold up. All right, just sit back, relax, wait a little bit, wait for the game to be patched. If you want to buy it, go ahead. If you're having fun with it, fine. But in my experience and the times I've played it, I can't recommend this game because of how unfinished and unpolished this game is for the Xbox One X or Xbox One. But anyways, yeah, that's my review for PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It is a disappointing release. This is going to be on my disappointing release games list of 2017. I will have a top 10 best games of the year, top 10 worst, and a top 10 disappointing. There is room for those because Mass Effect overall, it's not a bad game, but it's a disappointing game, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and remember to like, comment, subscribe. Vidme doesn't exist. I gotta stop that. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds for the console. Did you guys enjoy it? Do you think you're having a lot of fun with it? Tell me about your experiences with the game. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, And I will see you guys in the next video. And always, remember when you guys are gaming, power up.